So, rage baiting people as Spider-Man has always been something that I enjoy. Not because you get a lot of kills or you get MVP, but because it's so funny to see people's reactions. Especially when they post it in chat. The thing with Spider-Man is you gotta play both backline and you have to dive their backline. So right here, I found Cloak and Dagger up on the roof where I was gonna camp for supports, and it worked. And you're gonna see here very soon that with Cloak and Dagger, they rage quit, especially early, very especially early. I did a little bit of unnecessary waiting, just waiting for them to like show up. And eventually, you know, they stick their head out, and I missed 3 out of the 6 clusters that I shot. I popped the Venom team up because I thought I was gonna die, which I was 6 health away from doing. Somehow, though, I still managed to get the kill, and we called it a win, and a little bit of rage bait. You also see here that they switched to Rocket. So we got a little bit of rage bait. I take out their enemy Wolverine with a little from my team, and their Luna pops their ult. Not necessarily the spot that I want to be in. And then Thor pops his ult. So definitely not the most safe option I could be. Rocket does shoot a little bit at me, then thinks better of it, which was a very bad choice because I go after Punisher, pop my ult, and fill him with a little rage.
Once I get you stuck, game over.
Here I do wait a second to see if their supports will come out because they have nobody in the zone. And I do tag Rocket, I tag him twice, but unfortunately that wasn't enough. And I have to flee their 2 healers because I have no healers. Somehow I died, and I'm back here. Thor pops his ult again, not great. Punisher as the turret, everybody is... My team is out of here, I don't know where my team's at. So I basically try to camp point, but as you see very soon here, I didn't know that it didn't count as touching point, and I get absolutely dome blasted by their entire team. And so did my group. So, group died too. And we lose the first round. Which isn't very good, because, especially when you're rage baiting, you don't want to give them any hope, as terribly mean as that sounds.
Capture the mission area.
So, round 2, I swing in, I zip immediately to their side. I look around, they shoot a few shots at me, and then immediately everybody notices where I am. Fortunately, nobody, like, really came. But I go back to my team, Rocket pops his ult, just out of the blue, and it does nothing, of course. I try to dive one of their healers, but I get Emma Frost instead, which is not what you want, because she is a tank. I get Luna, and then I pop my ult, I just tag Wolverine real quick, he's out.
Need some ranged firepower.
Pretty sure those are bad guys. Frank's gone full
I do go for the turret, but I see Wolverine in the background, and then Rocket starts shooting as well, and I don't want to deal with either of those, so I just don't.
Feeling good. Hurricane.
Thankfully, though, Storm pops her ult, blocking me from Emma Frost as she retreats, so I didn't really have to deal with either of those. I do see another person over here, so I go for him. It ends up being Emma Frost. I just leave. I see Thor, he's very low health, so I decided to go for him, but I didn't see the Rocket standing like right on him, healing. So I just decide I'm out of there. But then I think about it again, and I decide to go back for Rocket. I get Rocket, and I'm out again because my teammates can deal with Thor. Because I don't want to 1v1 him. They do switch to Invisible Woman, which is very good because it, as somebody who plays Spider-Man, it's very good to have an Invisible Woman because they're very easy to take out. I get Punisher again, filling him with undoubtedly more rage. And then my entire team focuses Emma Frost. I get the assist. So, still something. And then we see Rocket, and we just take him. And we tied it up. So this final match decides everything.
Destroy yourselves, can you?
Right now I'm 17-2, which is very good because if you want to be a good rage bait, the goal is not to die. Their Wolverine does just kind of like randomly start swinging, but he does get me semi-low, so I'm out of there, which ended up being a good call because they. But that would be 3 if you counted Punisher. But I do see Punisher. I go for Invisible Woman first. I do see Punisher. I dive him. He turns around, and then my teammate takes him. It was Namor. Because Namor has Amot squids, apparently. I do take out Emma Frost here, which was very lucky that there weren't any heals. And then my entire team is focusing this poor old guy. Like, what the heck?
Consider yourself conquered.
So I'm in their back line. I see an Invisible Woman. And, you know, I go for it, but I just barely missed it. But they did pop their ult. And it wasn't in a very good spot. So the rage bait worked a little bit. Their Wolverine does see me. He tries to go for a dash on me. It doesn't really work. He goes in for the 1v1, which he loses, obviously, because of my immense skill. And at this point, their entire team is a little ticked off. In fact, one of their teammates switches from Rocket to Adam Warlock. And I end up getting Invisible Woman just because she tried to fight me.
Frank's in his turret.
I could have gotten Adam Warlock here. I didn't know his health though, and I didn't want to risk it. So I decided not to. Unfortunately, Wolverine did get it in the way of my web cluster here, and it targeted him instead of Luna Snow. But I do get Adam Warlock here, and that was good. Here, however, they
A little help here.
but they didn't. Every single one of those shots, including Punisher's, misses. Terrible aim. I'm telling you, I'm playing in bronze lobbies. Holy. They do get one shot on me, but it didn't work enough. And at this point, you know, their entire team is on me. Thor, Black Panther, literally everybody they can throw is getting thrown at me. And I finish out the game 23-2. So, the rage bait works.